What's going on, guys? It's B from Shifty Pixels, and today we have another mod review. We are in our mod review world, and today, if you see in the top right corner, we are reviewing Ray's Minimap or Ree's Minimap. Either one, I've heard both. It's not a fully in-depth mod review, mainly because I don't understand some components, which you can probably find on the forum page, which is linked in the description. But yeah, basically, it adds a minimap to the game. It's extremely helpful. Um, it's extremely simple. It helps you find your way. It's better than making a map. To pull up the options, as you can see up by the menu map in the top right corner, up around here, it says menu M key. So when I type M, it brings up this HUD where it has a bunch of different option controls. You can enable or disable the mini map. You can do render type. You can do surface. You can do it by the biome. If you're in a cave, you can help navigate the cave. But I prefer surface. Death point, if you die, basically it'll tell you where you died, so you can go find your stuff pretty easily. And then if you go click on one of these arrows, you can go into any of these options. So in minimap options, you have all these right here. You can change the map shape to a circle or a square. On a circle, it does show the compass directions like west, south, north, and east. But I prefer square anyway. Texture, you can choose Ray's minimap or Zan's minimap. It doesn't make much of a difference, just kind of aesthetic difference. And then there's map position, which you can go between upper right, upper left, and lower left. I prefer upper right just because it's not in the way. Map scale, you can change from auto, which is automatically set at, to small, which is really small. Normal, which is pretty much the same as auto. Large, larger, and then GUI scale, which is the same as what you set your GUI to in your Minecraft options. Auto is what's automatically set at. And there's map opacity, set at 100% automatically. Click on it, it changes from 25, 50, and 75, and 100. Then there's large map scale, which I'll talk about in a second. You can change between auto, small, normal, large, larger, and GUI scale. We're going to leave it on auto. Then there's large map opacity, 25, 50, 75, and 100, which I'll talk about in a second. And there's large map label, disabled, enabled. I'm going to leave it disabled. I'll show you in a bit what the large map is. Filtering, I don't understand the rest of these stuff. Like there's show coordinates, it shows coordinates. I don't know what filtering does. There's show menu key, which is showing M or not. Font scale, you can make it normal, large, GUI scale, auto. It's automatically set at auto. There's default zoom. This all depends on the large map, I'm sure. It's set at 0.5 automatically. There's map mask type, update frequency, threading, thread priority, preload chunks, all that kind of stuff that you can play around with yourself, but I'm not going to do. Then there's surface map options like lighting. You can switch between dynamic, daytime, and nighttime, and disabled. As you can see the differences as they happen in the top right. There's lighting type, type 1, type 2. There's terrain, undulate. I don't know what this does or means. But anyway, you guys can go run through this yourself. I'm not going to go do all this. There's grid and such for the chunks. Then there's a slime chunk, which tells you which chunks slimes will spawn in. It does help. And there's hide snow, enable snow. I don't have any snow. All this stuff, marker options, entities radar. Entities radar just tells you where the entities are. As you can see, I am in a red arrow, but if I disable that and then I go exit out of this, the players in like multiplayer will not show. But if you go back in here, it's automatically set at disabled, and then if I go out, say, by monsters way out here, it's not going to show them on the minimap. Alright guys, sorry I got interrupted there, but we are back. Basically, entities radar enable, disable. As you can see in the top right corner, the red arrows are appearing and disappearing, so I'm going to leave it on. Go back, exit menu. As you can see, the closer we get to their level, the less opaque they are, or the more opaque they are, sorry. As you can see, when we fly away, they turn more transparent, and then eventually get to a point where you can't really see them. And passive mobs are white, hostile mobs are red, and then mobs that will help you are green. As you can see over here, the bats are helping me, and then there are things like sheep and such that will turn up white on the minimap. So yeah, if we go back into this, marker options, basically all this stuff that you can go through. About minimap, it just tells you the version, the author, then it goes to the forums, Japanese, English. Then there's update check, which just checks for an update automatically in game. And then there's auto update check, which you can do every once in a while. It will automatically check for updates. Then there's key config. You can set all these keys yourself. So you can see large map is set at X, zoom Z, toggle menu M, set waypoint C. Since command is already set at C, so if we go here, it brings up that. It won't work. So the key config the key config, no matter if it's at C, the default Minecraft options will override it. So if you want to go to key config, you might want to change this to something like R. So to set a waypoint, you exit the menu, set R, and that brings up these options. You can change the color by dragging these around. You can change the those are the coordinates. You can change the name of it, and it will set it. So yeah, if you go to key config, you can see that the large map is X. So when I press X out of here, it brings up the large map, which is what I was talking about before, which was all these options about. Basically, it just brings up a large map in the middle of your screen that you can see, which is just making it easier to see for yourself. If you wanted that, no big deal. That's what all those options did, in case you were wondering. So again, X to exit, Z zooms on the minimap. You keep pressing each time, and it zooms in a certain amount, and then once you get in close enough, it will zoom back out. And then there are waypoints and such. You can scroll through your waypoints. You can add waypoints where you are at the moment. But yeah, that's basically it to the mod. It helps a lot in survival, in case you don't want to get lost. It is included in a lot of mod packs for adventure maps and such. But yeah, that was Ray's Minimap for version 1.6.2. Download link in the description. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed. If you're new here and you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. You will not be disappointed. I recently hit 30 subs, so I'm pretty happy about that. You guys could add to my collection. Don't mean to sound possessive, but it does make me very happy. Anyway, thanks guys. Peace.